You know what I'll never get over? How much Blake Lively ruined just to protect a lie. Like, this is not a joke. How fast your life can spiral out of control to protect a lie. And it wasn't even like, do you think she tried when she started? I was going through like all the timeline this morning because I was putting together a post of like where this all started. Because what it was when Brian Friedman was putting together that affidavit, it wasn't just the fact that he got the phone call on February 14th from that attorney that said, or from that person close to Taylor Swift that said, you know, she wanted someone from Taylor's camp said that, you know, an attorney called in February to ask her to write the post. It wasn't that. It was the thing about the 5 months earlier. Think about this. The 5 months earlier, asking Taylor to start deleting text. So let's go 5 months prior. February, 5 months prior. That's January, December, November, October, September. Think about how many months that she was planning. I'm putting my groans away because we need to talk about this. How many months she was planning this takedown. This was months in planning. August is the premiere. August 6th. Then she starts to feel like the world is turning against her. Feel is the operative word. And then her brain starts going to, how do we start to kind of like conspire? How do we get him back? How do we get him back? September, we have to start to create the narrative, okay? But first we have to cover our tracks. That's what she's doing, is covering her tracks, because that's the key. Before we start to tell the world that he is the big bad boy and he did everything bad, we have to cover our tracks. That's why you're telling people to delete text in September. Think about that. So before you have to start creating the narrative that he's the bad person, we have to cover our tracks in September. We're going around and telling people to delete text. And trust me, Taylor Swift is not the only person who's gotten text delete or who's been asked to delete text. There is no way in hell. Let's come up with a few names that she asked to delete text. Isabella, Jenny Slate, Brandon Sklenar, her entire family, Hugh Jackman, Gigi probably, Bradley Cooper, every single person that she knows, agent, manager, I mean everyone. It ends with us. Yeah, it didn't start with Taylor. Taylor was the only person that probably put her foot down and was like, wait, what? Okay, so that started in September. And then October 31st is when we start to see the collusion with New York Times because the metadata, right? Thanks, Googe. And then is December. Who knows what happened in November? That's when, you know, they were working together with Megan Toohey. #MeToo. And then December is the big boom CRD complaint. We can bury her. Big New York Times sexual harassment. This was months in the making. And it just kept spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And since then, she has lost everything. I mean, she doesn't think she's lost everything because now she has a Time Magazine Titan Award. Oh my God, Time. I hope you feel good about yourself. She's a Titan Award. She's on the cover of magazines. Bang Bang, Paul Feig is putting her in all their movies. But in the world, in the eyes world, like, or in the eyes of the world, like, she's a mess. She's a mess. She's lost her best friend of 10 years plus many more. She's not to be trusted by anyone near or dear. She's literally surrounded by her sisters, her family. That's the only people that will ever be able to, she'll be able to, you know, trust around her because that's the only ones that are kind of like stuck with her. And the other people are just going to be probably paid friends. I don't even understand how anyone around her can trust her. If she's willing to do this to her 10-year friend, but for what? Because she didn't like the way that TikTokers were talking about her? The Daily Mail? In August and September of 2024? And look where we are now. I'm sorry. May of 2025. And it's 10 times worse. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you don't like the way people are talking about you, don't double down. Just stop talking. Just go silent. They'll forget, they'll move on, they're gonna find someone else. Half the people don't even know anything about it. What a mess.